Look at that view. Spectacular. Spectacular. So Ian just fired me a message 10 minutes ago asking if I want to go for a ride. He just purchased a new enduro type motorcycle so we can go and do excursions, which would be good. Get a riding partner around Costa Rica. It's a little after 4 o'clock and it doesn't look like it's going to rain, so not sure where we're going to go, but let's see where the adventure takes us. Even have matching gloves.
You bet, only the best. I thought maybe if we go that way, then we can go up into the hills on a different road than this one.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. I don't know if it loops around or not, but we could just do it out and back and keep an eye on the weather. Yeah,
I looked at the weather map for a couple hours. It didn't. The radar didn't say it was going to rain, but
sounds good to me.
That's as accurate as.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you lead. Yeah, so it'll be good because now he's got more than a moped. Not the moped's not bad on these roads. They can do 80 kilometers an hour. But when you start hitting some of these back roads, you get 2 and 3 inch rocks, it's just gonna rattle that moped apart. It's just not made for it, right? It doesn't have the right tires, the suspension. So he picked that up the other day, and it'll be perfect to go and do a bunch of excursions. So we'll see how that goes. So on my dash, the low fuel light comes on, and then I get this warning notification. The first time you see that, you're like, oh no, there's something wrong with my engine. But so it says low fuel here. I got it flashing, a little gas gauge, and then an exclamation mark saying I'm low. Slight overkill, but still. KTM 390 Adventure. So we're heading south along the main highway. And then anytime you head east, you're heading towards the mountains. And away from the ocean. So when you're heading east towards the mountains and away from the ocean, that's when the terrain changes, right? You get the elevation. And then often you'll go from these paved roads to gravel roads. And I don't know any of them, so every time I go riding, it's a new experience. And I really enjoy the changes in elevation and the curves and the corners. So when I was in Atinas for the month at my brother's, that place had a lot of elevation changes. It's sort of in the mountains. But usually the roads are better there. Most of them are paved. So the riding is a lot of fun, a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs. If you come down to this Arita area, Bajuco, Capos, you got like the major highway that runs north-south, and it's paved. And it's convenient to get from one place to another. But then, like I said, when you head in towards the mountains, I don't know if you can see them up ahead, but that's when you get the change in the environment, the roads. And really, I don't know what you're going to get. It's part of the fun. So that's why it's great that I have this bike. It's light. It's only 390 cc's. But it's got enough power that I can go up and down the highway and cruise with ease. If I have to run in, you know, to the city or whatever, San Jose, or this bike will do it easy. And when I'm hitting the rougher roads, it has the ability to do that as well. I think in the future, when my tires are ready to be changed, somewhere around 10,000 kilometers, I might get a set of more aggressive tires. They'll still be fine on the asphalt, obviously, but give me a little more grip when we come to gravel roads or mud or dirt. But we'll see what happens when the time comes. As you can see, there's a lot of motorcycles. Now, as you can see, Ian's wearing the sash that's reflective, and I was told that that's a requirement if you're riding a motorcycle. So I gotta go buy one. It's not a requirement in Canada or United States, at least any of the states I was in. So I'll pick one up. I want to be legal. So a little bit about buying a motorcycle in Costa Rica. I bought this bike brand new because I wanted a warranty, because if it broke down, I would have no idea where to get it fixed or what a good price is or anything. So I have a warranty, which gives me a little bit of peace of mind. So in Ontario, Canada, you know, I go in the dealership, let them know I'm buying it, and they will get the licensing done and get it registered in my name for when I pick it up. So I planned ahead and had communication with the KTM dealership, and that's what they said they were going to do. When I picked the motorcycle up, they said it was registered to me. They gave me the paperwork and even this temporary plate. This was March 26th. And they said to me that the real plate will be in about 3 weeks. So that's 3 weeks Costa Rican time. But if I get stopped, show them the temporary plates and the documents, which I carry with me at all times. Plus I carry my driver's license, showing my M license, and my passport. Well, a picture of my passport. So anyway, it's now June 13th, and I still haven't got my plates. So I don't know how good that temporary plate is good for, but it's kind of out of my control. So things are done a little differently down here, and I have to go with it because I don't have experience to say it's right or wrong. I've reached out to them, and they flat out just tell me they will let me know when the plates come in. So that's where we're at. Just a little information if you're ever thinking of buying a vehicle down here. Apparently, if you're buying a used vehicle, you need to go to the person, give them the money, and the two of you have to go to a lawyer to get them to sign the vehicle into your name. So that was another reason I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to, when I landed on the 25th of March, I wanted to go on the 26th to get the bike and then be able to ride around. So I bought brand new. Why did I get the KTM 390 Adventure? I was looking at that and the Honda 300, I think it was, and obviously Honda's a very good bike, reliable. I went with the KTM because it's a little better for on-road and off-road. The Honda's more dedicated to off-road, which is great. And the KTM, it comes with the TFT display and ABS and all the other stuff. And they're pretty close decent price. So, and knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with it. And it's been for quite a bit, in a couple of months. Check out my video where I'm trying to get home.
I'd like to go up. Try this a little bit further and then...
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Go ahead.
Just, you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, I've never been on this road before, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Getting cloudier. There's a river here. Maybe fishing, I don't know. Future episode. So we're starting to get these elevation changes and the twisties. Probably going to do another 5 or 10 kilometers on this. And yeah, these are pretty twisty. Make sure he's good. And then yeah, well, we'll see whether this gravel stays. So that's one of these you gotta be careful about is, you know, you're riding on this, coming around a corner, and then it changes from asphalt to gravel. Yeah, you can't see these elevations, these are quite tight. Don't know what that is. Looks like an arena of some sort. Try this for a bit. I gotta make sure I turn this to off-road. Otherwise the traction control tries to stop the wheel when it's spinning. Then of course I lose all power. Like a poorly done cobblestone road. Boulders. Cool road though. What'd you think?
Rocky and rough.
Like some of those rocks are that big. I don't know how much farther you want to go, or
I think almost to the top and go a little bit further and then go back.
sounds good. your turn to lead.
All right.
So this kind of road is what gives your suspension a good workout. Here and bring the drone one day.
I think this is top.
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing all the mist and everything.
We'll let this guy go by and then we'll
Yep.
back.
Sounds good to me.
Gotta be careful on those rocks on the way down.
Yeah. Look at that view. Spectacular.
Look at that. Amazing, eh?
Yeah, it's like just coming in through the mountains.
Yeah.
Hope we can see that. Yeah, it's a lot steeper than you can see, I'll tell you. It's not insane, but it'll be interesting to see how long these brakes last. The bike is pretty light. I'm not. But compared to living in southwestern Ontario, Canada, I'm using them a lot more. Now I don't get as much high speed out of this, so I don't have to put the brakes on to slow me down that way, but you know, doing this kind of stuff, I'm always got some pressure on the brake. Leave it in first so that the engine brake helps a bit. But let's see how long my brakes last. I've already got 3,200 kilometers on this, so I'm doing a fair amount of riding. It's also interesting that in Costa Rica, when you know, you see a place that's 50 kilometers away, back in Canada, I get there in less than half an hour. You know, always drive the speed limit. But here, if it's 50 kilometers away, you know, you're looking at least an hour. Only because so much twisting and turning, you don't ride as fast, and always on the brakes. It really is the, for me, preferred mode of transportation. An adventure bike. It's just, I have the option to go anywhere pretty much, And although these are not great roads, you know, the suspension is taking the beating. It's not less likely to cause damage. You know, I wouldn't want to come up here in a car and then you'd burn through your brakes pretty quick. You know, the drawbacks of a motorcycle, you know, if it's raining, I get soaked. Storage capacity is just this little crate behind me. And of course, you have to know how to ride. And statistically, riding can be dangerous. I know. I've seen a lot of fatal accidents personally. But you know, one thing I can never stress enough, and has always amazed me, is people should really practice. They should take motorcycle courses, not just your motorcycle license M2 or M2 exit course. That's what they call it in Ontario. That's just basic. They should take courses that you learn not only what bikes do, but practice on your own bike. Because I'll tell you, this little bike here handles completely different than my last bike, the Ducati DFL V4. Riding on the street is completely different. Obviously, riding on this, I wouldn't take my Ducati if I could help it, but they handle different, they corner different, low speeds are different, center gravity is higher on this. The braking, how you know, this has ABS apparently, and it does, I've used it, but compared to the DFL, it's not even the same class. My point is, practice on your own bike. Take advanced motorcycle courses. I highly recommend, if you live in London, Ontario, actually many different places in Ontario, Motorcycle Masters. They are guys that are passionate about motorcycle riding, passionate about teaching. They are good teachers, and it stems from the police motorcycle training courses. So you're going to learn a lot of skills that the police officers learn. Train, train, train. A rule of thumb: in policing, every spring we need to requalify on the basic operator's course, and that's like a couple of days you practice and then you do the patterns. But that's a refresher, and it doesn't just show that you have the skill sets, as most guys do, to ride these patterns, but it's a perishable skill. So as I was saying, I would highly recommend an advanced motorcycle training course, and great time to do it is in spring, when you've been in Canada, United States for the most part, you've been not riding a bike for X number of months. Just get those skills sharpened again.
So in this video, I just wanted to show you what it's like to just have absolutely no plans whatsoever, jump on the bike and go for a ride. And that's what we did. And it turned out pretty good. Got some good footage, saw some good scenery, and rode some pretty cool roads. And if you like this video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, and as always, enjoy the ride.